Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are back live once again for the 2020 WCVNEA Championships. We're broadcasting out of the Cambridge Hotel, Red Deer, Alberta. It is the start of team play. We have an intermediate team, the Bucket List, taking on Dragon Butts. This is the first game. Unfortunately, we don't have the split screen due to us having the side angle on these tables with the restrictions of the room setup. Usually we would have the split screen on for this. However, due to the constrictions of the room, we have to go with side angle. So we'll try and flip back and forth and keep track as best as we can. It is VNEA. And with VNEA, it is a points-based scoring system. Every ball counts. The 7 solids worth 1 point, and the 8 worth 3. Vice versa with the high ball. So a total match score of 10 points. And once again, I am joined by the one and only Mr. Ben Franchise Francis.
Figured I better come help you here, points format.
This is going to be a little difficult. I was just explaining we usually do the split screen here. But with the constriction of the setup on the room, we're not able to do the split screen.
Yeah,
the side view.
If we did split screen with the side view, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
No.
But we'll try to keep track of both tables. The other challenge here is that I don't know either team.
Well, I can tell you the Bucket List are going to be the older gentlemen.
Okay.
Whereas the Dragon Butts are going to be the younger guys.
So you've done some investigating already.
I've done some investigating.
Very good.
And on the right side of the scoreboard, you will see 2 of 20. It is a 20-game format. This is games 1 and 2.
I was watching some other matches over there. I was sweating one of the Calgary teams, the Raw Dog and Sauce Monkeys.
Oh, yes.
And, yeah, 20-game format. That's
yes,
short.
It is short. Every ball counts even more.
You only get 4 games to make an impact, and a lot of times you don't play your 4th game. So you really only get 3 games to make an impact on the match. That's tough.
Well, and it kind of comes to the forefront of doing the lineup is really, really important, because where do you put your strong player, right? Do you put him at the start of the match so that you know he's going to get all 4 games in? Or do you leave him kind of at the back just in case?
Yeah, I still think you got to leave it strong at the top, but you do need a guy that can hold his nerve in the last game. There's some strategy to team events and lineups. This is even more interesting because of the break situation.
Yes.
Now the visitors get the last 4 breaks, or 5 breaks, sorry. But the best way anyone ever worded it to me is, sure, you get the last breaks, but you're down, 40 balls technically on paper, right?
Yeah.
So
if you hold serve on your breaks.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to think that, especially in early matches, guys maybe have the jitters.
Mm-hmm.
So give them the first break.
I agree.
Right? And maybe I'm warmed up by the second game and now I'm breaking, and then, if you can just steal the first round on their jitters.
Yeah. It's perfect.
The match can be over early in the third, but I can't say I've played.
But it does give them the ability to battle back in the third and put you into that 4th round.
Right.
So I think depending on the mentality that you have, that's kind of how your lineup goes. And just so everybody is aware, we do have the YouTube chat up and going. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask away.
I can't say I've played too much 20-game format team tournaments. I don't know if I ever have.
No.
If I did, it was like...
so long ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And I know Jim Orzel says, good evening. Hello, how are you, Mr. Jim? Randy. Ron, how are you?
Patricia was hoping to see Shadow Edwards. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have control of what matches they send over here, but we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, and this match started late, so this was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. But due to the men's Masters singles, it was postponed.
And I think that's going to really affect the next match because they got these scheduled every 2 hours.
Oh yeah, this is going to back them up all night.
Yeah,
so this room is packed.
So unless this match finishes in an hour and 15 minutes, they're going to be behind schedule for sure.
And it looks like on the table off screen that Dragon Butts has the chance for a 10-2 win.
This guy's got it all, hey? The mega hat. And his shirt says CNN is fake news. He's got it all going.
So if you do see the score adjust without the stream table being finished, I am desperately trying to pay attention to everything. He does get that win.
2.
For a 10-2. That would bring up game 3 of 20.
Looks like they're going to get another 10 here, too, a 10-4. Indeed.
This is the challenge of doing team play. If I was attempting to do this by myself, this would be very, very, very difficult. To try to pay attention to the comments, both tables, and the score, plus add everything in.
Try to run an ad in between, forget about it.
Yeah,
you know,
right?
It's just too much.
Right?
Answer all the questions on both comments, both chat rooms. Yeah,
exactly.
Good
It's
times.
a lot to take in. But what the heck? We're going to run an ad. It's the Mike Burton Home Team, one of the Q Sports Live sponsors out of Calgary, Alberta. If you are on the market for buying, selling, or in need of a mortgage, make sure you give them a call, guys. They are the best in the business. They are your RE/MAX Realty professionals. Hit them up on their social media pages, be that on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, I believe was the other one.
Instagram.
That's what it was.
Instagram. Whatever happened to Twitter? It used to be like so popular.
Very
now
popular.
I feel like it's not as popular anymore.
Yeah.
Greg wants to know, did the Sauce Mankeys win? The Sauce Mankeys, they won their first match, and then they were down 2 balls like after the first round in their second match.
And so if you're not familiar with VNEA rules, he's made the 8-ball off the break. It is the breaker's option whether he wants to spot or re-rack, and he has chosen the re-rack. Not something you often see.
No, usually you just want to shoot, because how many times do you re-rack and you scratch or you come up dry, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know personally I'm thinking that.
Of course.
When I contemplate the re-rack, I'm like, man, every time I re-rack, I never make a ball.
It's so true. Murphy's Law comes in
It
and
is.
says, you looked a gift horse in
You
the
had
mouth,
a chance.
right? And now I'm going to take that away from you.
What, that chance wasn't good enough for you? How about no chance? How's that? David says you should take the visiting team. So this is dependent on who you have on your team.
Yes.
Personally, I know my team, we're always taking home.
Yep.
And the guys they're fresh off singles. We got a singles winner.
Yeah.
Everybody cashed. We're in dead stroke. We're going to run out the first round. Take a lead, put the heat on the other team,
100%.
and then they can try to come back. It's not easy to do, especially under pressure. And if we run out the first round, then we're just free rolling.
Exactly.
Which is even scarier.
And Gord, I'm assuming you meant to say, Grant, most days you have trouble talking, is, I think, what you meant to say.
Or trying.
Trying. Oh.
Or tying his shoes.
Tying my shoes. There's something missing in that attempt to dig at me there, Gord.
Oh, nice little attempt at a breakout there. He's still got the ball over the side, can break that out, but does he have a shot right now is the question.
What was he shooting, high ball or low?
Yeah, he's shooting high ball. He's got a jump cue out here.
Yeah, he's going to the 10. Oh, he's not. I lied.
Jumping. I think it is the 10. I think you were right. You were right. It is the 10 close to the bottom left corner.
Okay. That's good, because I thought the 10 was the 12.
Right. You guessed correctly.
That was just by happenstance that I got that right.
Tried to jump it, didn't get over. Well, I always love to see, what players at this level do. I know we bring it up lots, but, it's very interesting. It's not always so much fun. I actually enjoy watching this way more than I enjoy watching Steven run out, because I already know what he's going to do.
Yeah. For the most part.
It's just most of the stuff is pretty obvious.
It is.
Although he two-rail kicked a ball in earlier that I didn't think he would shoot at, but so he does surprise me once in a while. But I find this more entertaining because I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, and it's also the team aspect, right? Where the camaraderie and every game matters, every point matters. You're not just playing for your own self-gratification. Right?
The pressure is unreal.
I love it.
I didn't know what pressure was until I was in a team final in Vegas. No, oh yeah, okay. Now I know what pressure is.
Buddy, I know all about that because you all threw me into the deep end of the pool in the Canadian.
You know all about it too. You think you know what pressure is? You've been in singles finals. You played big matches. No, you got no clue till you're there, right? And you got 4 guys depending on you to win a championship. It's nerve-wracking.
Now I know why you guys restart the stream between matches. Man, commentating and playing is hard. I will either commentate or play, but not both. It is tough.
Very tough, Martin. You're right.
We might make it sound and look a little easy, but it's only because we've done it for as long as what we have. But it's no joke. This is not an easy thing to do.
And he brings up another good point here for why we restarted. If you guys are curious, it does make it easier for the people to go back and find their match.
Yeah.
If it's just one stream all day, you gotta try to rewind to the exact spot.
Yeah.
Then crop the video in that spot. It's so much easier if you can just go back. Your match was one stream. Horn's okay.
I think it kind of rolled out there a little. That was heading direct for the heart of that.
It looked like
pocket.
it was straight in.
But we saw this. Who was on? Johnny. Johnny PPP was on with me. And I think the cue ball, what a cut that was.
It's the cue ball, not the table?
It's the cue ball. Because on one of Steven's matches or games, and I can't remember if it was Steven or Nick.
Rolled both ways?
And it was going just past the side pocket and did a button hook and almost went in the table.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's the cue ball.
Yeah, it's the weighted magnet.
We'll have to maybe change that.
Yes.
Good hit there.
Yeah, great hit.
His opponent makes a bad joke, says, that was a foul, right? Good try. Sometimes you ask just to see, maybe the guy just picks up the cue ball and says, yeah, sure.
Yeah, here, have one.
Go ahead.
Why not?
Yeah, and I brought that up, Dave. Depending on the level of play, you might actually want the visitor because, like I said, people have first match jitters and can't get out first round, so visitor is good. But
Martin, of course, it is a process. It's definitely I won't say it's a long learning process because you kind of get baptized by fire when you do an event, and you do it a lot throughout that event. So the next time you go, but it is, look at this.
He called the bank too. What a shot.
He did. But yes, it is definitely a learning process for sure.
10-7, believe that's for Dragon Butts. It is indeed.
Sorry, I totally
10-7 there.
For Dragon Butts?
Indeed. Yeah, Martin, my advice with the sound, the audio, buy some good headsets.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not cheap headsets. They're worth every penny.
They are. They're we can send you a picture of what they are, but they're a little on the pricey side. I think they were $300 or $350 US or something.
300, yeah.
Yeah. And but I'll tell you, they've made all the difference in the world because we run that now through a soundboard, and Ben and I can hear each other within the headset, so we're not looking at each other trying to figure out what each other is saying, although we do look at each other often anyway. But we don't need to do that.
Biggest thing is we can hear how loud or not loud you guys can hear us.
Yes.
So we can kind of, before it was like, is the sound okay?
Yeah.
Do we need to turn it up or down a little?
Yeah.
Because we couldn't hear, but good headsets are definitely necessary.
Yeah, they're well worth the investment.
So it looks like the game on the other table still going. So we're probably on like game 4 and 5 now,
sorry.
I think.
No, it's still game 3 and 4.
No, because we finished game 1 and 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
And then game 3 just finished there.
And that's
10-7.
game 4. Okay, so we're
game 4.
5.
And like this would be like game 4 or 5. It's kind of tough to explain it on the scoreboard what game we're in for sure. But so far, so good. I think we got it right.
I think so. And bear with us if not, because, man, it's a lot. It's a lot to try to keep track of. Between Facebook comments, YouTube comments, trying to commentate, and then figure out where you are on the score is a lot to do. Oh, nice.
She was the opening band for Pink Floyd. How cool is that?
That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah. I feel like we really need to go and meet this guy in person.
Right?
Like, his wife sounds super cool.
No doubt.
He's going to cook us steak.
I'm in.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out.
We might have to leave a day early just to go have steak.
I feel like we're leaving a day early, yeah. Maybe 2 days early. Maybe
It might be.
A couple of steaks involved there.
Oh, now you're talking. You're talking my language.
Steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And there was bacon in there and taters. Can't go wrong. That's just good eats.
Thank you, Matthew, for watching. And everyone else out there watching, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you're clicking that share button lots for us.
A little bit of a hoppy miscue.
He scooped it.
Yes, the Texas toothpicks.
That was from ball in hand that he scooped that one.
It sure was.
Hopefully he chalked up after that. So look at that. She just did a concert with Marshall Tucker and Molly Hatchet. That's super cool. So it sounds like we're getting like dinner
like
and
tickets,
a show.
Yeah, right. Tickets to the show, backstage pass.
Nice.
Bring the equipment and maybe stream it.
Yeah. Sounds like Martin's got most of his own equipment. He's getting closer anyway.
Yeah.
I could maybe chat with Martin about, streaming a little more maybe.
I think that's his intended purpose behind doing what he's doing. Getting himself all trained up. And then you never know, we could have Martin Taylor as Q Sports Live,
Idaho.
Montana.
He's in
Is it
Idaho.
Idaho?
Yeah, he's in Idaho.
I thought it was Montana.
It's close.
Montana.
I love watching some of the team names and like some of the team shirts. Just awesome.
Yeah.
One of the team names over there that the Raw Dog and Sauce Monkeys playing, they got like bright, like neon green shirts.
Oh, wow.
And their team name is Out of Shapers. But the front of their shirt is like the Straight Outta Compton, but it says Straight Outta Shape.
Right on.
And they're all out of shape.
Wow, we got to get them on the stream. That would be amazing.
Yeah, Straight Outta Shapers.
Yeah. Jared's asking, how's the format and scoring? The score mat. I'm just going to combine your whole question into one answer.
9 o'clock at night here, guys.
Yeah, right.
Me and Grant played at 8 a.m.
I was up at 6:20 this morning. Yeah. So the scoring is VNEA. So it is a points-based system. On the break, if you choose low ball, obviously there are 7 low balls. Each one of those is worth 1 point, and the 8 is worth 3 points. Your opponent will also score a point for each ball that he has down. So in this particular match, if the gentleman on bucket list gets out, it would be a 10-5 win. And it is VNEA rules, which means if you do scratch off the break, it is on the line or in the kitchen.
Personally, I've always loved VNEA format. I'm like a run and gun player, like run or be run.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe I'll run like one more rack than the average guy.
Yes.
But it's
just one?
I enjoy it much more than just like wins. Because I don't like to grind games.
Oh, we missed one over there.
Uh-oh.
That was on my side, Ben. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's all you. You take full blame.
I was reading comments, and somebody distracted me by saying steak and...
Right. So
Texas
it's actually
toothpick.
Martin's fault.
It is Martin's fault.
I think what we'll do is, so we're on game 5 and 6. So that was a 10-5 for
10-5
bucket list.
for bucket list.
So then we'd be on game 6 and 7. So maybe after game 8, which would be the end of... Or no, that's still 5-man teams. So maybe after game 10,
Yeah.
the end of the second round, halfway through the match, I'll go score a check.
So if I do 6-7,
That's perfect.
so why don't I make that a little bit smaller than that? There.
We could switch over to the other table.
We could.
Watch what's
Why don't
going
we do
on
that?
there. Got the action underway over there. Oh, he's shooting these quick. I like his style.
No sense mucking around. Just get down and get to business.
Yeah, I like it.
That is definitely a Ben Francis.
I've watched this guy
Approach.
shoot 2 balls, and I'm already a fan.
I love it. I do like the aggressive nature, though. Rail Shark TV Facebook.
Well, he made a good shot there, but he lost the cue ball, and he's in nowhere land. He's going to kick at this one, I believe. He can't see enough to bank it.
He's going to have to reverse juice this a bit. Look at this.
That's a great, great effort.
He didn't miss it by much.
Kept control of that pocket up there, top right. His opponent's got to do something fancy here to run these out on the first visit.
Well, I think I would be inclined to play a safety off the 12 and sit it behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, you could even like nestle in behind the 13 as well, take away all the kicks.
Oh, yeah. I just want to put the cue ball right in line with that diamond, the 8 ball, and the 13 ball.
Even from ball in hand, it's not easy from here, too.
No.
Might need to play another safe.
Yeah. And thank you, Jared. I can't remember if we answered that already, but we certainly appreciate it. It's funny because, and you know what? I'm willing to bet you're the same way, the same thought process I have here. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I'd be sitting here doing commentary on pool, I'd have laughed at you. Wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah, I would have thought the same.
But now I quite enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I seem to be okay at it.
You're fairly okay, yeah.
Just all right.
Just
a
all right.
little below average. Maybe
Somewhere-
a touch above average.
Somewhere around average.
Around average. All
Like your Fargo rating.
right. Well, hey, I know where I stand all the time.
That was a cheap shot, I know.
That was a cheap shot, you short. son of
Short,
a-
yeah, that's good. You guys are going to laugh at this. I'm standing between 2 Edmonton guys earlier. They're like, we'll just have a conversation over Ben. They literally were just talking
right
over me.
top of you.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Right. Well, I mean, you're knee-high to a grasshopper at best.
It wasn't hard. Like they
No.
could definitely have a conversation.
Of course.
Over
Well,
me.
most people could. My 9-year-old
I just
could.
thought it was so funny, though.
Especially they said it loud enough so that you can hear it.
Oh, yeah, directly to me.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, Martin. It's one of the things that I am known for on Q Sports Live is going off on my tangents and conversations. Sometimes it drives Ben crazy because he can't get an ad in. But I do go off on my tangents.
Oh, that's good. We bring it up lots, but there's a lot of important things in this game that need to be discussed
100%.
in order for it to get anywhere.
Yeah.
What's up, Ted? Ball in hand here, shooting stripes. You'd think he would deal with the 13 first, the ball by the 8. Maybe he is. Maybe he's trying to draw into it.
Did they tell you didn't need to sit down?
Yeah,
no,
of
they
course.
just had a conversation right over top of him.
Of course. Went without saying, Dave.
Yeah. They couldn't tell if he was standing up or sitting down anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's going on, Dean?
We have a ref being called.
We do.
It's a score sheet confusion happening.
Is it a score sheet or is it? Oh, it must be.
Yeah, Bucket List brought the score sheet over. There's some confusion, so they're calling over the ref. Maybe.
Well, we'll continue. Well, what's the score here? It was 10-5 for somebody that we missed.
No, they haven't played another game since then.
Oh. All right. Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
We'll just concentrate
we're just on one table.
On the game that we're on.
As long as they don't finish the match on one table, that's okay. What's up, Dean?
Yeah, that's kind of how we started too, Martin. We kind of put the money out in hopes that at some point it would return.
Racked up some credit card bills.
Yeah, a few of those. And not that we're, 100% out of the woods yet, but we're okay.
It's getting better. It's getting better. We at least cover our costs to come to these events. Hotel, gas, stuff like that. Oh, somebody is not happy over there.
Somebody got a little upset. Almost sounded like he snapped his cue there.
It's actually his cane.
Oh.
But I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
Huh. We'll have to keep our ear out.
Yeah.
For what transpired there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
I'm thinking I'll watch this game and then I'm going to do a score check and see what's going on here.
Yeah. Having earmuffs on makes it awfully tough to overhear conversations. Yeah, his cane.
His cane, yes. Yes.
Yes. Not his able, his cane.
Not walking so well, A little cane for help. That's good. He's still motoring around the pool table. It's nice to see.
They can get glad in the same pants that they got mad at.
Foul. Indeed, foul. Ball in hand here. Stripes again. I'm thinking safety. What do you think, Grant? Just caught the one. Safe behind the 13.
It's really all you. I wouldn't even want to sink the one ball. I always like to have a soldier on the table.
Oh, no, he's stripes here, I think. So he's just going to combo in the one.
I actually might take the 9 ball. See if I can get in behind for the 8.
Like break it out?
Yeah. I don't think you need to.
I'm surprised he's going this way.
Yeah, it leaves himself a combo on.
He played a safe again.
Oh, okay. All right. But that's.
Yeah, like, even if Oh, he can see this ball. Well, there's a bit of a mistake on that safety. Look at
this.
Chip it out of there. Give him a shot. He deserves it.
Wow, what an effort that was.
Yeah, nothing from here. He's going to call the bank side, I think, but it doesn't go. Too close to the 8 to get any kind of spin on it. He called just a shot, so he's just going to leave it there tied up. Nope, he got it out in the open.
Well, and I actually don't mind that play. At this level, it kind of puts the heat on the opponent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're either going to run out or I'm going to get out.
And 13's in weird spots. So it kind of put the pressure on him to get a good angle on that.
Mm-hmm. And if you are just tuning in, guys, it's not an echo on the microphone. It is myself, Grant, sitting beside Mr. Ben Francis. We both sound apparently very similar on a microphone.
Similar. I think there's got to be one more match after this one, but it's just dependent on how long this match takes.
Yeah. Whether we'll have another stream match.
Because if they can get everybody going, they won't wait around just to get somebody on the stream.
And Jim, I'm not going to answer that. That's going to go in a political direction I don't want to go in.
But did you see his shirt, Jim?
It compliments the hat.
It does compliment the hat. Yeah, we don't get into political conversations, but we do like to enjoy people's hats and shirts.
Grant, the man, the myth, the ledge down.
It's kind of funny, though, like, the ledge down. Meant to say legend,
Meant to say legend. I was confused there for a second. Wait a minute.
Just a ledge down.
Is that a shot or something?
I feel like, yeah. Autocorrect almost got the better of him there.
It sure did. Oh, look at this. That was a nice attempt.
Yeah, very nice effort there.
And thank you, Patrick. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Jim says, yep, saw the shirt. Jimmy, how come we haven't seen you around lately? Where you been hiding? Haven't seen you at Leather Pocket.
He was in, where were we? Nanaimo. I'm pretty sure Jimmy was in Nanaimo.
He's been hiding out. That's the problem.
I'm surprised he's not here at this tournament.
I'm surprised.
Very surprising.
As well. And it goes.
Yeah, nothing.
You're going to see a
shot.
14-15-8.
He's going to make Poole great again. His red mega hat. Just a little draw shot here. He could go forward, but I like the draw. Keep it simple. Don't move the cue ball more than you need to. That'll do.
Moving the furniture. I love how all the mega stuff is made in China.
It is kind of funny how that works.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Look at this. He's got some distance to the 8-ball here. This is not a hanger. I think he wanted to be a little closer to it than this.
He did.
Just waiting for the guy on the other table to shoot before he sneaks in there. When this game is over, I'll do a quick score check.
You don't want to wait until 9-10?
No, because I'm curious what happened there. I feel like there was a game forfeit. I heard them say something about a 10-0 because they missed a game, something like that, and that's why the one gentleman was not happy at all when he went back over.
So I wonder if somebody went out for a smoke,
yeah.
took too long, and the round was over, so now they have to take a 10-0.
I'm wondering if that's what happened.
That's got to be what it is. Nice shot.
Squeaks it in
10-7
there.
for Dragon Butts.
All right, let's see what the score looks like.
And I'm going to flip on over to our other table. We'll join the action in progress. Yeah, I'll laugh, but I'm not going to respond at that stuff. Otherwise, I will get accused of having a political stance. We don't want that. Oh, look at that. He was in Nanaimo. Team didn't even talk about coming to Red Deer. I'm also going to Vegas for the U.S. Open and being an official scorekeeper. What a boy, Jim.
$10-point difference here.
Huh? So was that what it was?
That is exactly what it was.
Gotcha.
But it never happened. The guy got back just in time. And the ref wandered away like nothing ever happened. And I think so we're on... I feel like we're on game 10 already here.
Really?
I could be wrong.
No, because there's only 90 points on. Oh, so 90 points on.
It'd be impossible to kind of count the points anyway because you never know how it went. But I think it's maybe game 9-10.
I think so, too. We'll go with 9-10.
Let's try that.
See how we fare out.
It's a challenge, this team event. It's even more of a challenge in some of the other divisions when they just run out all the time. Wait, we missed a game. Oh, we missed another game. Oh, we're missing all the games because they just keep running out.
A little bit of a cluster here in the middle of the table. Is the 9-3 wired up, or is it short?
Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. I'm not sure what he's doing here. If the 3 goes, I can't tell.
Well, if you pot the 7, a little bit of draw, nudge the 9 ball.
Yeah, you can open it.
Open it up.
Still be on the 4.
4 into the side.
You got to jack up to draw it. That's tricky.
Yeah.
I think he maybe just called safe there.
Well, I think the 9-11's fairly wired.
If he did just call safe there, he should have left that ball up. Like, banked that ball down
up.
table.
Yeah. Because this is a fairly easy hit to the 9, and the 9-11 combo looks fairly good.
Yeah, he could kick into the combo, or he can just roll into this ball and not leave him much too. He can see the 11 through the 7-8 window.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. That will work.
That's why he wanted to leave that other ball up when he played safe. One extra ball that you might see when your opponent safes you back.
Sorry to bother you, just want to know. So, if we lose tonight and we lose tomorrow... Oh, sorry. Okay.
Somebody. If we lose tonight and we lose tomorrow...
Yeah.
No, we're just doing the live stream. We don't run the tournament.
Yeah.
We need like one of those flashing signs.
Right.
Live broadcast in progress.
Yeah, please
do not disturb.
But even with those, I think
They still
we're
would.
still going to get disturbed.
They still would.
Which is fitting because most of what my life is about is disturbed.
Well, I'm not sure what they're both contemplating here, but I feel like he can shoot the 11 and break out the 9. Or he can shoot the 11 and bank the 9, but I think he just breaks it out. Should just chip pretty naturally towards the bottom left corner. Get a cattle prod. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that'll wake you up in the morning.
And David says he sounds confident. If we lose tonight, we lose tomorrow. Real confident in his team, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, then you go home. That's what happens.
That's exactly what happens.
No second chance at this tournament.
No. That would be see ya later. Thanks for coming out. And I have been in that position so many times. It's funny because you go into a tournament and you really you think you're there and you're ready to go, and then you just get waxed.
I practice so much. I've been playing so good lately. I get on these tables, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like one brilliant rack, and then the next one I don't know what the cue ball's going to do.
Yeah.
I overhit 4 different shots, and I miss a straight in ball because I'm scared, and it was just painful.
It was not Nookie Cookie. Yeah, right? The Nookie Cookie stream.
Ryan's playing his team matches tonight.
Yes, he is. It is myself, Grant, and Ben Francis on the microphones.
Ryan had a good nap earlier. Now he's playing his team match. It's like a 10-5 there for bucket list. Oh, they're catching up.
Benny boy, Benny boy. Watching from North Korea. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Nick. We appreciate it.
Speaking of Nick.
Wow, good segue.
That's perfect. Lined up right nicely there.
You sure did.
My man Nick with Nick's Q Innovation. Give him a call. You don't even have to be in Calgary. You can ship him your Q. He'll do the repairs, ship it back to you. All at such a fair price.
Oh, yeah, genius.
It's definitely
He's
worth
a genius.
Back over to the other table. Looks like we got one of the players from Dragon Butts.
I think he had a 10-2 win in his first game, too. If my memory is correct.
I like how these guys are rocking not team shirts, but team vests. Can't believe I just noticed that, too. Like, they're not shirts, they're vests.
They are. They're team vests.
That is styling, man. I could be onto something here.
I need me one of them.
Joe's always cold, so we need, like, team hoodies.
Grant and the voice double. Good gosh.
Voice double.
It could be Ben in the voice double.
Yeah. Grant's my voice double.
You're my hand twin. No. Either your hands would have to grow or mine would have to shrink.
Yeah. Considerably. Patrick says, how do you all do this? Well, it's quite simple, Patrick. We set up some cameras.
Set up a stream software program.
Some software.
Throw on some headsets. And try to spew forth perhaps a small amount of knowledge.
Yeah. Try not to heckle anyone.
No, can't do that.
Which is something I really enjoy when I'm not commentating.
Yes. And then you share the stream if you're the viewer.
Yeah, that's how you do
that. It's
that.
a golden rule that when you join in on a stream, you share it. It is the absolute golden rule.
I'll grab you one tomorrow. I got them in my pool case right.
You just want to learn for your own streaming.
Oh, so like literally when I thought I was being sarcastic about setting up the cameras, like that's the information they wanted.
That's it.
10-6. I didn't see who won over there, though.
I totally missed it.
10-6 for...
I'm going to
Dragon
assume
Butts.
it was Dragon Butts.
It was. So, Patrick, there's a few different streaming softwares that you can use. We use Wirecast. As long as you have the stream software and you have some cameras, pretty easy.
Okay, so what is the real score? Who is actually winning? John, that's on the scoreboard. This is a team event, John.
Did you mark that in backwards?
Oh, I probably did.
I think it's possible he marked that in backwards.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I think it was 50 to 55, so it'd be...
make it 56?
Yeah, to 65, I think.
Yes.
I think.
So, yeah, it is a team event, and you are watching Valley Rules, and for each different group, you've got 2 groups on the table, one solid and one stripe. For each ball that you sink of your own selected group, you get 1 point. And if you sink all 7 of that selected group, plus the 8 ball being worth 3 points, makes a game total of 10 points. This is a 20-game format, and this would be game 10 and 11.
Or somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
Do we have to get permission from the teams to film? Technically, yes.
Technically, no, unless because the league or the people that are putting on the event.
That's where it's in the fine print.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also has it in the fine print that you may or may not be on camera should you choose to join.
That includes photographs, and that's mostly where they get it, is they want to take pictures of the winners.
Yes.
Or pictures of the room. You might be in the background, stuff like that. I know, like, when you sign up for Vegas tournament, it's right there.
Yeah.
And Patrick, if you want any more info about streaming and stuff like that, you can shoot us a message or an email. We're happy to answer all your questions.
Okay, everybody, get your tickets out for the Q raffle, limited edition. Predator, Jacoby, Q.
So in the
value, it looks like. Ticket number
YouTube,
is a blue ticket.
I'm just waiting for this announcer to stop.
9, 8, 8, 1, 8. The name on the back is Todd Weaver, I believe. Todd, you want to come up to control desk and claim your prize?
So John says, okay, it's a team event, but the score does not make sense. Well, I just explained the scoring, and therefore, in a 20-game format, you have a maximum, if you won every game on your team, of 200 points. However, you would never get there because once it is mathematically impossible for you to catch up, regardless of what game number you are in, the team match is declared over.
Yeah, for example, if there's 2 games left and you're up 21 points.
Game over.
The match is over because the other team can only get a max of 20 points. Hopefully that answers your question there, John.
The novice intermediate.
Sounds like they gave away a Predator Panthera.
Nice
Limited edition Jacoby, yeah.
That is a really nice cue.
Somebody won a sweet one there.
I wish I would have known about.
I know, we could have
Said
split
draw.
a ticket.
Right?
Or 10.
Something.
You gotta buy lots of tickets in those to win, guys. So that's the best way to win those, is buy multiples. I've never won any of them, so I would know nothing about it anyway, but...
Oh, I got you, John. So the 5665 is the cumulative total of the 9 games that have been played so far. You are watching game 10 and 11. And I'm assuming you've come in new, so I will show you when this 8 ball goes down. This is going to be for bucket list, a win of a win of the commentator's curse.
They won a commentator's curse there.
Yeah,
That was always
which
going to be a
is-
pretty tough shot.
Yes, which is the consolation prize for joining in on the event. But this can be a little tricky too. You got to be able to hit and stun, just kind of like that. How about
Sticks it to
only
perfection.
Perfect will work.
I like this guy. He motors around the table, too.
Yeah, he doesn't waste time.
And he
So
looks like he's playing with a Jacoby, so
that is a 10-7 win for Dragon Butts. So they now bump up to 75. And a 7 here puts us at 63.
and it's actually getting pretty close to the time where you start looking at the score and you're like, how many balls do I need here?
And
See
then
this?
we will flip over to the other table with the other game in progress, which would be roughly racks 12 and 13.
Something like that. We're close.
Q raffles are a mystery to me, says Jim Orzel.
Yeah, Jim knows nothing about winning those.
Yeah, I don't think so, although you haven't been in any of the CSL stuff as of late.
I thought I saw it. Didn't you have some entries in the
The Viewer Advantage last one.
right?
Not
Not on
this
this
one.
one yet?
No.
He's probably waiting.
He is waiting. But I've
probably
seen your name on the odd occasion on the occasional Q draw on a few select other pages that
Yeah.
are floating around.
Mike Molina, to be specific.
Yes. It really depends on the cumulative points of the other team. Right, just because you score 110, that would only be 11 racks if you were to win those 11 racks. And if your opponent, if you only get them at 10-7, you're only up out of 11 racks, 33 points with 9 games.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. It is a little confusing at
It is.
first.
It
Once
is.
you watch it a handful of times or play it, it's pretty good. Gave him 8 points. Yeah,
Just
that
to mess with everybody.
that would have been good, but not good.
Yeah.
It's confusing enough already. We don't need to confuse anyone more.
Well, and that's my natural state, is to be confused. I'm constantly in a state of confusion.
when you're in your natural habitat,
I'm right at home there.
right in your element.
It's in my wheelhouse. And yes, James, you can certainly miss on Valley tables.
He didn't win 60 Qs. He won like 3 or 4.
Oh, he won a lot.
But he also bought like half of the tickets every time. So
Yeah.
his odds were good. Yeah, I was just looking at the cue ball on the other table. It's the cue ball rolling, not the table. It's going all over the place, that
Oh,
cue
yeah.
ball. I'm going to have to...
Take that up to control and say, hey.
I'll just switch it with another table. Someone else's problem.
I'll just pass the buck on to the next, next
I'll
team.
at least find like another flat cat. I'll make sure it's like going to the same company.
I gotcha. That's good.
Or maybe you leave it. Because I know it rolls.
Yes.
The other guy might not know.
Yes.
And he might find out at a very inopportune time. I've always said that with the table roll. They're like, well,
No vengeance in your blood at all, eh?
like if you get to the table to practice and it rolls, do you go up to the tournament desk and like get them to fix it?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
No, because I know it rolls, but my opponent probably doesn't. But if he's over there rolling balls and we both know it rolls, then yeah, for sure you get it fixed.
Of course, right?
If only
Well,
I know.
knowledge is a powerful, powerful thing.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't have it, that's where it can get you.
It's like if there's a dead rail,
Yeah.
you know?
These are things that you should know.
I
What a
warn.
nice jump shot. Look at this. Does he get
break
the
this
breakout?
stuff out. Give him a shot. Come on.
Come on. Oh.
Jump that. But yeah, like if there's a dead rail, you know, maybe I banked off all 6 rails while I was doing my warm up.
Yeah.
And then you got like a side bank hill, and you hit it perfect, but the rail's dead. Well, whose fault is that? Should have tested the rails.
Does VNEA have leagues in America, or is it just in Canada?
Oh, yeah, they're all over.
All over North America.
Oddly enough, I don't think there's one VNEA league in California. Something about the West Coast, they don't do West Coast.
There is also no VNEA in BC.
Right. That's what I was kind of saying, West Coast, right? They just don't like the West Coast for some reason.
Right? Yeah, channel your inner Ephraim.
See, so this is where it gets confusing. Like Colton says, they play a win is 8. That's where everyone just gets confused, right?
I'm sure it is. 10-5 for...
Let's watch on the replay here, see who makes this 8. A slight delay on the stream, so Dragon Butts.
Dragon Butts.
10-5. Starting to build a bit of a lead here. They're up 17. And we're probably into game 13, 14, somewhere around that range.
Yeah. Mr. Gulliver tuning in on the YouTube. How are you, TJ?
I didn't follow the draw. How'd you do today, bud? He was playing at the Predator event.
Oh, nice.
Corner Pocket.
At Corner Pocket, yeah.
Corner Bank. Sorry. Let's see what's going on this other table here.
Sorry, I fell asleep at the wheel there.
I'm half asleep myself. No apologies necessary.
6:20 was early this morning.
Yeah.
Because we left the room. So did I tell you this? Y'all get to kind of come along on a story for last night. So I finished my match last night, and now it's around 12:30, right? And I'm showing James Blackman the Thumper and the Jacoby Black. And Steph comes over and says, hey, you want to come to dinner at BP's with us? And I said, no, I kind of don't. I got to play at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, you just want to go to bed, yeah.
Yeah. And she says, well, everybody's going. It's going to be at Boston Pizza. And I'm going, yeah, it doesn't really matter who's going or where it is. I got to get up and play in the morning. And she says, well, can you drive us there? And I really honestly didn't want to. It's 12:30 at night.
Yeah, but
I know that
so
her and the other staff wanted to go, so I said sure. So I was parked out in the other parking lot across from the hotel entrance. So we walk out of the pool room all the way to the other parking lot, and as we get to the truck, they look across the street.
There's Boston Pizza.
That's Boston Pizza.
Very good.
So they were kind of a little sheepish and apologizing for dragging me out to the other parking lot.
So they went and ate?
They went and ate.
You went back to bed.
I went back to bed, and I think I got to bed at 1. And I felt like I tossed and turned for a while, but I couldn't have because I think Steph come in at around 1:30. And I think you came in at around 2.
Round 2, yeah.
And I didn't hear Steph come in.
Yeah.
I heard her get into bed, and I didn't hear you at all.
Didn't hear me at all. I was going to ask you that this morning if you heard, because I was trying to be quiet, but like it's 2 in the morning.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear nothing after I got.
Good. That's good.
Did you hear me this morning?
I heard you leave the room.
With the door click.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this little shot. No, he's nudged it to nowhere land. Off the 12 in the side, maybe. His opponent comes over to have a look, but he doesn't need to. He's like, what are you going to do with this? They're having a good time, laughing.
Willie is asking, is the VNEA Pool League bigger than the BCA Pool League in Canada? Yes.
In Canada, for sure it is. What's the difference between the T3 and the T4? The wood is different. The tip is a little different. The colors are more options. The butt end is no longer made by Jacoby. Few differences.
And still hits like a Mack truck.
That's unbelievable. He's like, it jumps better. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Then I tried it. Wow, it jumps better. But I thought there's no way like that. The T3 jumps so good already.
No doubt. I didn't think there was a way to improve that.
No, he did it.
But he found a way. Look at this timing shot.
Timing shot. Yeah, it is timed not bad, actually. He's left it tough.
It is from downtown.
And he put the 7 right over the hole. Well, relatively close to the hole, so his opponent's got to squeeze his way out of this one. Doesn't look thrilled about it. I feel like his purple shaft is most likely not carbon fiber. But he does have a purple cue.
You know what that could be. Instead of it being carbon fiber.
Graphite.
Graphite.
It's most definitely graphite. First cue I ever had was a sweet Canadian Tire Minnesota Fats graphite cue. And then I bought a Mucci.
The good old Canadian Tire Pro
I kept that thing. I put a Mori hard tip on it, and I broke with it for years, and it was great.
Wow.
It was good to break. Yeah, that's all it needed to do. But I shot with it for a while.
Wow.
When I was like 16, 15 or something.
So the first cue that I ever owned that was a 2-piece was a Dufferin, what they called a Dufferin Masters compression fit. That was the first cue I ever owned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The pin on that was sweet, man.
It was.
All right, looks like a 10-3 Dragon Butts. They're running away with it. And Dean, you're absolutely correct. It is not only USA and Canada. You're right. There's VNEA worldwide.
This is true.
Every year we go to Vegas, there's some great guys from Australia, good friends of mine. So funny.
Yes.
One of their names is Ben, so they were like cheering on their teammate.
Yeah.
But then they were cheering on me too, like on a different table.
Yeah.
Super funny guys.
Last year in Vegas, we competed against a team from New Zealand, and my heck, can they shoot?
Those guys. The sick thing is,
crazy.
like, when we go, there's like 50 teams from Alberta. When Spain goes, there's one team from Spain that qualified. So they're probably pretty good if they're the only ones, right?
I still have a cue I bought. Consumers distributing. Oh, wow. That is going back some.
Consumers distributing. Yeah, that's a little ways back, yeah. So I got to run to the washroom, so I'm going to do a score check at the same time.
Sounds good.
I'll see what games we're on as well.
Strawberry.
And you're correcting teams from, and you know what? I'll agree with you that teams from Australia have always been very enjoyable to hang and drink with. But I get a kick out of all the teams from around the world. Like, it's one of my favorite aspects of going to Vegas is, yes, I get to hang around with friends and people that I only get to see once a year. But it's meeting all of those players from around the world. It's amazing. It's a ton of fun. Scores right and the games are right. Wow. Let's see if I can keep that rolling while Ben goes and takes his break. So you'll have to excuse... Oh, albino down the subway. Scratch on the side pocket. Gives ball in hand for Dragon Butts. And we'll see if I can keep it up by keeping the game and the score correct. That would kind of be funny, David. So you'll have to excuse me if I do miss a couple of comments and so on and so forth. But I'll tell you what, Dragon Butts is looking good for a 10-2 win. Yeah, trade a team jersey with one of the Australians or New Zealanders. 105 to 73. They are running away with it. And that is going to bring out racks 13 and 14. And we'll jump over to our other table. Started with an aluminum cue. I actually remember those. So a little bit of work to do here. And I don't know, because we just switched over to this. I don't know if this is off the break or whether he left himself here, but in either case, it is not ideal. Yeah, we're actually dual sanctioned up here in Calgary, Edmonton, so on and so forth. We get a dual sanctioning, so the league is both BCA and VNEA sanctioned. What time is the chat or stream tomorrow? I believe we start 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Current time, we're sitting at 9:45. And I can tell you, Bucket List is at the table trying to take this shot on. And we'll see whether that was actually a guy sitting down on one. Yeah, I don't remember, David. I'm hoping that I'm still correct, but we'll find out. We will also see if that is off the break. And this table looks really good for low balls now. Some nice little off the top rail back down for the 5 ball. Nice cue ball control. And I think on this shot I'm going to kind of, I guess depending on the angle, but I'm going to try to slide in between that 8 and 13. Not going to hit this too hard. I just want to slide just past it for the 3 ball. I'll see if Ryan can go double check the scores. Oh, it is right? Nope, score is correct, guys. And I'm fairly certain I got the game count right. So we are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Nice off the rail. I think he's got just enough angle to draw this back and put the 8 into the same pocket. No, I haven't heard of anybody playing Saratoga in Canada. Indeed, he does just that. Draws it back. Gonna put the 8 into the same pocket as the 6 ball. And this is for a 10-0 win for Dragon Butts. Indeed, into the heart it goes. That will bring out rack number 15. And we'll jump over once again to the other table. But I do believe it is getting down to the wire. They are up right now. They are up 42 points with 5 games to go, so it is getting down to the wire. Dragon Butts only needs a few more here. And it does look like he can get it here. Take control of that cue ball. Stick around. Didn't want to hit it that hard. Take the longer cut. Oh, great cut. Took over the pocket. So with 5 points, that puts them at 120 to 83. So the other table needs 4 balls. And they just broke off in the other table. So they are down to needing 4 balls total. And I think I might take my lumps here. I'm going to give him one of those points. I'll only give up 1 because I can play safe off of it. I'm going to shoot the 12 ball into the 4, make the 4. Leave the cue ball somewhat behind the 8 ball. That will also work. And without giving up a point. And just give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Had to answer a question. So ball in hand, shooting high ball. And that is bucket list at the table. Still has the shot, the 11 into the corner. Gonna have to try to take that down to the side rail, maybe 2 rails back up for the 9 into the side pocket at the bottom of the screen. Either 1 or 2 rails, depending on the angle here. Oh, he tried to draw. That was just a straight top shot. Go 2 rails off the end rail back out. But he'll have a kick at this. And we have Mr. Ben Francis back with us.
That beer that somebody bought me went right through me.
That's all right, Ben. It
Had to use the little boys' room. They need this kick.
You know, I was going to say something there, but I better not.
It goes without saying.
Well, it was so obvious that there really wasn't a point in me saying anything.
Let's see. So they're up 42 balls.
Yes.
This match is almost over.
It is. And in fact, I think cumulatively, they needed 4 balls between the start of this rack and the finishing of this.
Yeah, so I think it's possibly already over if he gets out here and makes the 8.
Yeah, you never buy, you just rent it.
And he's going to
armed it, and
scratch
that's
too.
going to scratch.
Yeah, so it's not over yet.
But it's close.
But it is close, yeah. Bucket list can't afford any more mistakes, that's for sure.
Nope. It's moving time.
It's moving time.
Although it was moving time a little while ago, now it's really moving time.
Now it's, well, they're on the 8 ball on the other table, so they're shooting 2 8 balls here.
Yeah, bucket list for a 10-6.
10-3 on the other table they won, and 10-6 over here.
93. And it was 10-3, 1-1-8, and a 10-6, which is 2-4.
Backpacks and back cards. Do you need an iPhone charger?
And that will bring out game 16 and 17. So there are 4 games left, a total possible score of 40 points. And Dragon Butts is up 31. 40 points left on the availability list. And Dragon Butts is up 31 points.
Looks like the Masters teams are getting ready to start. First round of the Masters teams is 10 o'clock tonight. See some of them warming up.
Do they have washrooms for little people at that hotel?
They do. They actually make special urinals for people like me.
They don't need them. Ben identifies as 6'2".
On the pool table, yeah.
Yeah. You're a monster on the table. A beast.
Not this week yet. Maybe in the teams I'll be a beast.
You will be a beast.
In the singles I was
and I think
small rodent.
With that implied pressure of playing on teams, that's where you play your best.
Yeah, those guys bring out the best in me.
Yeah.
For sure they do.
That's where Ben really shines, is in the team event.
And you don't want to let those guys down.
No.
It's like they're never missing balls, so it's just, I don't want to be the guy that misses.
Referee table, okay.
Referee table okay.
Table K, yeah, they added some more tables. They started lettering them. He pretty much needs to run these balls out here in this table that we're watching. Actually, he's on ball count, I think.
Oh, I guess we have our next match ready to go. We know what the next one is. Money Shots and TBA.
Nice. TBA, Intermediate VNEA champions from last year.
Yes, they are now into the Masters division.
Calgary boys. They got a strong team.
TBA? What they do?
I believe I think Nick Kruger and Stan Taranjo are on that team.
Then they have a really strong team.
Rick Glenn, along with Kevin and Justin Beamer.
Ooh. Don't go anywhere. You're going to want to watch that.
That's going to be a good match.
Yeah, that'll be a gooder.
And they're waiting patiently. Their match should start relatively close to 10. I mean, this match doesn't have much left in it.
Nope.
Barring a slight miracle from Bucket List.
I've seen it happen.
Well, this guy that we're watching here, he's got 3 balls. The guy on the other table has ball in hand, so he needs like 6 balls to end this match.
Yeah. 7 just to make it mathematically impossible. 6 if they run every rack would be a tie game.
I've seen it happen.
Yes. I've watched you guys come down from insane deficits.
Not often. We like to be on the other side of that coin. Usually it's the other teams trying to come back. I know last year at this tournament, we had a fantastic tournament last year here. We kind of just rolled over everyone. I don't think we had a close match.
Well, I can tell you the one and only time I've played on your guys' team was nerve-wracking enough.
Oh, we played good there too. We didn't have too many close matches in that one.
No. Still nerve-wracking.
Until the final.
Yeah. Which, yeah, that was
crazy. That was one of the craziest finals of all time.
So, quite often we talk about Steven in the game and you in the game, and I'm gonna say that in that particular event, I gained an absolute massive new respect for Joe Spence and his game.
Joe's a machine. Joe's an absolute
I always
machine.
knew that Joe played well.
Team event brings out the best in him too.
Holy Hannah. He had that cue ball on an absolute string.
On his break was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't being stopped last year in any events. He won everything.
It was like he was hungry and starved. And that was his meal.
Yeah, we got a match starting in the background there. I see Jerry Young in the house.
Indeed. And is that Mr. Fast Lightning?
That is Gianni. Eagle Child. That's a good team.
That's a really good team. Then you got the guys from Edmonton, Church and Wanless.
The Top Shots boys, yeah. Going to be some good matches.
Oh, yeah, these are going to be great matches. Wayne, Indiana, thank you for tuning in, Don.
There is an app you can look at to see the teams. It's called CompuSport.
Just look under the WCVNEA.
And it's nice. You can look at the bracket itself, or you can just search a player, search a team, follow along with your favorites that way.
Stock them.
You can stock them.
So, what are we sitting at here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he still has 3.
What about Jumping Willie?
Jumping
What about
Willie
Jumping Willie?
Lopez? Are you asking if Jumping Willie Lopez is here? I rather doubt it. The only time you get to see Jumping Willie Lopez is the odd occasional time at an event in Calgary.
A sandbagger tournament.
Sandbagger tournament. Yeah, there you go.
Willie doesn't step out too much anymore.
Yeah, and there is our pin master back at work. How are you, Mr. Wilson? That is the direct link to CompuSport. So if you copy and paste that in your URL on your Internet Explorer or whatever you're using, that'll take you directly to it.
Measuring here. He just needs to make like some more balls. Nick's giving me a tiny massage. I don't know. It feels awkward.
Your tiny back. Oh, Nick, that was so well timed. It was so well timed.
I feel like there's a comment about the final here, but I'm not going to go there.
Oh, that was so well timed. Nick Kruger coming in with some ribbing for Mr. Francis. And of course, it has to be about the size of Ben Francis.
Oh, man, Nick is so funny. If you guys have never met Nick, it's hilarious.
Tiny massage on your tiny back.
Guys, like, he's got so many good jokes.
Oh, that's funny.
He's always sending me these jokes, right? I think the last one was like, nobody runs out faster than Stephen Holem when the bill comes.
Yeah.
or the other really funny one was, I just wish someone would look at me the way Joe looks at a Big Mac. He's always got these jokes. They're so funny.
I just wanted to mention his name. It's the funniest dang thing I've heard. Yeah, Jumpin' Willie Lopez. Has he been on the stream?
He was at the 580 and under a couple,
there you go.
couple of matches. They got to enjoy that.
Yeah, Jumpin' Willie Lopez. I played on a team with Jumpin' Willie Lopez back in the B division.
You know what's funny
back in the day.
is they call him Jumping Willie, but he's not even the original Jumping Willie.
No.
There's another Willie that jumps equal or more than him.
Yes, but is
and was the original
very,
Jumping
very good
Willie.
player.
Oh, such a good player. I think this match is just about over because the guy on the other table's got 5 balls. This guy's got 3, so they're at 8 balls.
Yeah, this match is Dunsky's. If my scoring is correct.
Well, another thing is they don't always know it at this level. Like if this was at a higher division, they know like exactly what ball, and they're like going over, shake hands. They'll probably finish both these games.
Yeah,
I would think.
I would think so. But the second you get up into, well, and we'll have a few Masters matches on here, so you'll see that as soon as that point break ball sinks, that's it, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, and they might like let one more ball just to be sure or something. Yeah. But yeah, they know it. Oh, we'll get to see Nick Kruger go right back to work playing for TBA on the stream table coming up next.
That's a good team.
They're going to be tough to beat, those boys.
Well, you get Nick Kruger and Stan Taranjo together, and that is a force just in those two.
Yeah, just in those two, yeah.
I'm thinking this is just about over.
20-game format here, so it's a 20-game format. 5-man teams, but only 20-game format. Build that in. Joe was confused.
Yes.
I was trying to inform Joe while still not directly talking to Joe.
Yeah. Just asking, do you think it's a good idea to know how many balls you need? 100%. I always want to know.
For sure.
Right?
Absolutely. Like, what if you're trying to do something crazy and break out a ball?
And you only need 3.
Maybe you don't even need to break out the ball. This is like a good example of that right here that we're watching. Like, he doesn't need the 9 ball.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even need the 14 ball. He maybe only needs the 13.
Why don't you let them know it's over? That is not our place.
No.
That is not for us to do. We are simply here as commentators, spectators, and that's it. We have no official capacity within this game.
Nice
Great
bank.
bank shot.
See, and that's like, that could be it, right? So maybe he didn't even need to worry about shape. Maybe he just needed to make the bank.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Just so you know, you do not have to put
That's it, because the guy on the other table has 6 balls. So they have like 11 balls here. Yeah, one of the teammates could definitely let them know, but
But it's got to be the player that comes over and asks.
yeah,
The team cannot tell the player, otherwise it's considered coaching.
unless it's already over.
Unless it's already over.
And then you can just go shake hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if Ben's playing at the table and doesn't realize that we need 4 balls, and I'm back at the table and I shout to Ben that, hey, it's 4 balls, I can be called for coaching there.
Can. You can.
Who put no Henry in front of Ben? I want to know. I can't tell if that's the little one or the big one.
I think Nick needs to come and hang out more often.
Nick is cracking us up over here.
But when Ben picks it up, it becomes supersized.
Yes, super size.
Dinner for 2.
Dinner for 2.
Waiting for someone to split it.
Oh, wow.
For Valentine's.
All right. We have the riffraff behind us,
Henry with
making all kinds of comments. Jana Montour now behind. Oh, Ben.
Oh, what's going on? Why didn't you play Scotch with me?
That was funny.
Oh, are you trying to win anything?
It's a regular size chocolate bar until Ben picks it up, and
Well,
then it's super size.
It's funny because I just told that joke about Joe and the Big Mac. When Joe comes over, he's like, I and my chocolate bar. You gonna eat that? It's like, I just wish someone would look at me the way Joe looks at my O. Henry.
Oh, wow.
So the game on
wow,
the other
this could get away from me real quick. I gotta be careful.
game on the other table finished 10-6 for bucket list.
10-6 for bucket
Don't
list.
think it matters.
And that would bring out game number 18, right?
I think.
So if our score is correct and our game count is correct,
Supposed to be like, well,
there's
So-
27 points with 2 games.
bad shot, and it's supposed to be like,
3 if you count this game, but he already has 5 balls, so.
Yeah. I think this is pretty much Dunsky. I think they're doing a score check.
Looks like they're
No,
getting
no,
ready
they're-
to play another game, but see, and then this is maybe where this can happen because there's teams waiting to play here.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
not happy with this whole situation. 163, 103 to 130.
Yeah, like if
Don't make me
Yeah, if they're
maybe go give a suggestion.
across the room. Stop being like that.
I feel like one of the players from the teams that are waiting should do that.
Yes.
I wouldn't do it, but one of the guys
Perhaps,
waiting around for the table.
Yeah, perhaps Nick could go and say, hey, it's mathematically impossible to catch up, and therefore.
To what?
Just to make sure they don't, like, play out all the games and take another half an hour. You wouldn't want them playing out the rest of the games and being another half hour here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think maybe they've figured it out now because the guy's not breaking on the other table. Nick went over and told them, thank goodness. He explained it to them now. They're good.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve.
Mathematically, yeah.
Yeah, we just don't want to run too far behind on the next match is all.
Oh, so there are 4 games left.
Grant and I would love to sleep.
Yes, although we have another match after this. There's 4 games left. So this has got to be 16. That's why I said if my score is correct.
You need to work on those math skills.
Not the math skills, because I think the math is right.
The game
count
is the tricky one.
Hey, what's going on, Steph? What are you doing later? Good. Steph's for soccer. Yeah?
I'm on my 4th drink.
Really?
I don't drink.
That's a
We
lot.
got to get a mic on Steph Toy.
Right?
She's on her 4th drink. Mic this girl up,
I'm a
right?
terrible pool player, by the way. Remember when I told that guy I was in the open earlier?
Yeah.
Was that fun? At the start of the tournament, he's looking for me.
So that is why they are playing safeties. This is why they are kind of tightening up a little bit.
They know it's close to done.
Yeah,
Don't want to just give it away.
There are 4 games left. So a total of 40 points, and they are up 27.
So I think, like, if the guy on the table that we're watching here, if he wins, then it's over, right?
Yeah. Then there'd only be 30.
They'd be up like 32 with,
Yeah.
yeah,
That guy, hey, Steph,
with 3 left.
he knows now.
So you guys have, these guys are coming next. Well, if you would read your messages.
Working here.
I know, but if you read it, it says it's right. Look at it. No.
That's a good shot, but he's got a tester on the 8. Cut this in the side, I think. I don't know. He's calling the bank, but it's a little tough to bank. 6 covers like half of the pocket. Money shots versus TBA coming up next. Alberta versus Manitoba.
The guy with the Donald Trump hat's gonna go eat something, Nick.
Nick, take her away.
I know, she had 4 drinks.
Yeah.
Give her one of these. Give her half of Ben's. He's not gonna finish it.
You already said it's dinner for 2. Okay, I'm putting my commentary voice on. Huh?
Steph's a whole mood right now. She drinks.
Steph doesn't drink much, so.
No, we're both the same. Like, if I had 4, I'd be feeling fairly happy too.
Yeah, you'd be pretty buzzed too, yeah.
Then you'd want me on the mic. You'd want me on the mic when I have 4. So with a 10-5 win, this should put it over.
Yeah, I'd put him up 32 with 3 to play. This would be like a +5.
Double horns it in. So
Wish.
140
See if we got it right now. See if they know it yet.
to 108.
I don't know if anyone's really talking about it, but I've been telling everyone that Q Sports Live actually choked the shit out of one of the esports.
Are they waiting on the other table? Sorry, guys. I'll switch it over to the other table.
Nick's
here.
very distracting here.
He's totally distracting
He's
me
too
right
funny.
now.
Not a big rumor starter, but I found everyone that one of the big ones got choked out by Q Sports Live.
Okay, now a couple of them are standing up to go shake hands.
Yeah.
Or just put their cues away, but they're not shaking hands yet. Come on, guys. We don't have all night here.
No. I think she might be all over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could finish this game, but even that could still take a little while.
But the problem is this is exactly how tournaments get behind.
This is exactly.
And I'm not going to get mad at them. I'm not going to, give them all kinds of dogging comments. That's not what it's about. It's a learning experience. And when you're in this position, the match is over. It's done. It's finished.
Why is there only safety glass for banter?
Nick's still trying to come up with jokes, but he's running.
Look at your foreheads.
He's running out of jokes here.
Both of them. Both your foreheads are above this. That is very safe.
All right. There we go.
Okay, now
They
they're
realized
shaking
it.
hands.
Now they're shaking hands. So we are going to do a quick shutdown restart. Don't go far, guys. We have the Masters coming up. It'll be Money Shots versus TBA. We're going to get that match queued up, ready to rock and roll. We appreciate you tuning in.
Nick's going to go play, so he's
Nick's
going
going
to
to play
distracting
so
us.
we can actually commentate. So we appreciate you tuning in here, guys. We're going to get it teed up on behalf of myself, Ben Francis, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.